Hey guys, Drutter here. It is November the 7th. This is a look at where silver's been, where it is now, and where it may be going in the future. Although this is not investment advice, so do your own research, please. I started getting into silver at the end of 2008. I found Vision Victory's channel and a few other channels that were saying, hey, something is wrong with this economy fundamentally. Not just, oh, we're in a downturn, but this isn't how it should be, and it isn't working, and it will never work. So that's when I first got into silver, researching it. I didn't make my first purchase until the price was about $11 US an ounce. Though I started researching it around the $10 point and saw it start to come up from there. I looked into fundamentals, the reasons to buy and the reasons to sell any commodity, really. In silver's case, the fundamentals are quite clear, very bullish because of decreased supply and increased demand. Pretty simple. As well as things like suppression, the lawsuits that are coming out now, the naked short positions of JP Morgan and other large banks suppressing the price of silver down, and so forth. And technical analysis has never really been my thing, although I do follow it a little bit, and I realize that you can't have the full picture as an investor unless you look at both fundamentals and technical analysis to at least some degree. I'm about 80% fundamentals in silver and 20% technical analysis because, hey, it's pretty simple. Once someone knows the truth about silver and gold and other metals, precious metals, there's usually very little doubt in their minds. Once someone has been exposed to all the actual information that is available out there, chances are they're going to be bullish on silver. There's of course no pleasing everybody, but anyways, like I said, I first got into silver at about $11 an ounce. I first started making my purchases, and I started telling my friends about it at about $12. I'm not talking about friends online, I'm talking about my friends in my personal life. Since that time, one of my friends did get into silver as it came up. It was probably about $16 when he bought a tube of maples, I believe it was. And my other friends did not buy into precious metals. Now, let's have a look at where silver is now. As we know, it has come up steadily with some pullbacks, of course. But I mean, let's have a look at the chart here. Where is it? Technical chart for silver. Here we go. Here's a 2-year chart for silver. About here is where I started to buy. This $11 range here at the end of 08, in the beginning of 09, and then I started my channel up right about here. And I thought this was it. I thought, wow, we're going to the moon right now. $16. I couldn't believe it. I thought that's it, you know. Manipulation's broken, the word's out, everyone's buying silver, it's going to go to $1,000. Oh, wait a second. But I soon realized that these pullbacks are part of any investment, really. Nothing can go straight up. Nothing ever does go straight up or straight down. And then we had this here, all of this year, 2010. Since that one pullback in February, which I actually bought, that's the only time I bought on a pullback. I bought right there. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, we had this consolidation period, and then as it just started like here, it just starts like all of a sudden, very quickly. I think this was the announcement of QE2 actually, or the rumor of QE2. The announcement of QE2 wasn't until just the other day. But yeah, I mean, we know that the US is going to continue to print their currency, and that just makes things that are denominated in the US dollar appear to be worth more. So this is actually an inflationary spike here. This overall trend of silver that is quite bullish is due to supply and demand issues, in my opinion, mostly. It's the accumulation phase, as they say, in a bull market, and now this is stage 2, the crazy stage where people actually really start getting into metals on a mass scale, and then we'll have the third stage later where it'll just go vertical for a few weeks or so. That's what I'm You know, that's what I get from Mike Maloney anyways. Let's go back to the other chart. Here it is. So yeah, silver has just broken the $27 mark for the first time since it was cornered and manipulated by the Hunt brothers in 1980. So this is a major level. Now, what does $27 mean in comparison to those other numbers I was talking about before? Well, if someone had gone in at $11 when I first started talking about silver and doing this channel, if people had got in then, and some did, my friends not included, but if they had, their money would be worth 2.5 times what it was then. 27 is about 2.5 times as high as $11. So if someone had invested, say, I don't know, $100,000 instead of putting it into a down payment on a home or something like that, take that $100,000 and put it into silver, they would now have $250,000. And that's not a very long time. We're not even talking about 2 years here. We're talking about a year and a half, or a year and 3/4, not even. So, you know, I'd just like to say, fuck you to anyone who told me that I was on the wrong track, that I was not doing my research correctly, and that I was going to lose my investment. No, that just didn't happen. And at this point, you know, it's come up 2.5 times higher than it was. I can now safely say, I told you so. And if you don't like it that I'm telling you I told you so, you can go fuck yourself. Because yeah, you can go fuck yourself. Because you would be there to tell me I told you it wouldn't happen if it didn't happen. Okay? It did happen, and it is happening, and it will continue to happen. Silver is one of the best investments known to humankind. And in fact, it's not even known to most of humankind. But I believe silver is going to be an investment that outperforms almost everything else in the next 2 years. And I am not selling at this level. No, I'm not selling any of my silver. I'm keeping all my physical silver. Well, that's the only silver I have is physical. What else we got? Oh. Remember this?
Hey guys, Strutter here. December the 3rd. These are my 2010 predictions, and they are guaranteed 100% accurate, although not to be taken as investment or relationship advice.
January 1st,
Number
2010.
1, bigger government.
Yep.
Number 2 is worse economy.
Absolutely.
And then number 3 is more war.
Yes, more war all the time.
4 is less liberty. And finally 5 is precious metals up 50 to 1,000%. No need to thank me. Have a great day.
Okay. Have we come up 50% since then? Yes. At the time this was written, recorded, silver was at $17.20. It is now at $27 and a bit. That is a rise of 58%. So I would just like to say, fuck you to those people who said that I was wrong, that I was going to be shown up quite easily, that silver, that I should have predicted perhaps 10%, maybe 15%. No, I would like to say I told you so to those people, and I know it's rude to say I told you so, but it's also rude to say fuck you. And I've done both of those now. And as I finish this video, I'll let you look at this chart one more time. This is Thursday, last Thursday. Silver started at $25, was actually below $25, and at the end of that 24-hour period, silver was at over $26.50. That's more than $1.50 in one day. Anyone holding 100 ounces just made 150 bucks. Anyone holding 1,000 ounces just made $1.5 grand. And this is nothing. This is nothing at all. This is nothing. $27 is nothing for silver. Last thought of the day. No, it's not a finger. The last thought of the day is John F. Kennedy died 47 years ago this month. I know he wasn't a perfect man, he wasn't a perfect president, but he did try and end the Fed. He did try and end the wars. He did try and end the CIA. He did try and put the US back on a silver standard and print money that was backed by physical silver. And he spoke out against corruption in government. He also spoke out against media bias, and he also spoke out against secret societies. And this man was killed very shortly after he did that. And I think it's just worthwhile mentioning that it's been 47 years. And that's it. That's all I got for today. Have a good one.